I'm sure you guys have also seen this trend recently. By recently, I mean within the past couple of years, that different companies trying to pawn off obvious junk food and trying to repackage it as a health product by just simply adding low grade protein. And the wildest foods with added protein from Pop Tart, like, bro, who is being convinced that, oh, these are the healthy Pop Tarts? I beg your pardon, to water to peanut butter. Okay, I've seen protein in water before, but protein and well, okay, like normally peanut butter is it's kind of shilled as a cheap form of protein in and of itself, but okay. We all know that protein is good for us. Yes, it's one of the three macronutrients. So yeah, of course, it increases fullness, reduces appetite, and builds muscle. But does it really need to be packed into every single thing we eat, including junk food? Starbucks recently launched a new menu of protein-based boosted beverages. We just talked about that last month. Well, the makers of Pop-Tarts and Doritos, I beg your protein Doritos, bro, just announced the protein fortified versions we never knew we needed are headed to grocery shelves. Yeah, you don't need them. That's why you didn't know that you needed them. Powerhouse nutrient is being crammed into every food imaginable, from cereal to chips and even coffee and water. There may not be as much benefit as you think. Yeah, exactly, because it's massively offset by the amount of chemicals in this shit. Registered dietitian, nutritionist, sure, Jessica Crandall, medical advisor at Future Health, said it's easy to fall for the high protein nutrition labels and think the product is good for you, even when it's very much not. A lot of foods out there are marketed as protein packed and are still highly processed and loaded with added sugar, sodium, and artificial ingredients that can ultimately sabotage whatever benefits the protein might offer. Here's a look at how processed treats are being dressed up as healthy with added protein. Yeah, I'm very interested in this. Okay, protein Pop-Tarts. Bro, what are we doing? That's wild. Okay, sure, you can have eggs, yes, bacon, or even avocado toast to start your day with a protein-packed plate, but we guess Pop-Tarts will do too. These sugary rectangles tend to have 2 to 2.5 grams of the macronutrient. Bro, that is nothing, but twice as much will be packed into the new version of the brown sugar cinnamon, strawberry, and blueberry flavors due out, I guess, this past November. A rep for Kellanova North America, which produces the jam-filled envelopes, told Bloomberg this week that these Pop-Tarts will taste a bit different because wheat protein concentrate and milk protein concentrate have been popped into the dry ingredients. Bro, that's still trash. Okay, Doritos. Protein Doritos. Bro, how do you possibly sell this? Macro tracking. Gym bros eat couch potatoes. You now have something in common. PepsiCo said last week in an earnings call that it would introduce a new line of protein-packed Doritos. Nacho cheese flavor boasts about 2 grams of protein and 11 chips. That's nothing. Okay, it's unclear how much protein will be stuffed into the new bags, but probably not enough to make a healthy pre-workout snack, post-workout snack, or really anytime snack. Yes, Starbucks cold foams. We just talked about that recently, and yeah, it's you do get a decent amount of protein that's in there, but with your average Starbucks order rather being packed with more sugar than actual amounts of fluid ounce liquid, I mean, you're kind of offsetting any of the benefits you're getting. But yes, the espresso empire launched protein cold foams and lattes and protein boosted milks to its permanent menu in September, with 15 to 36 grams of the macronutrient packed into each grande 16-ounce beverage. So yeah, it's a little bit better than I was pawning it off, but still not great. Peanut butter. Yes, you read that right. Peanut butter, already one of the most protein-dense foods around, has gotten its own protein boost. I think I've seen this before. Okay, Skippy peanut butter blended with plant protein creamy has a whopping 10 grams of protein per every 2 tablespoons. That's not bad. Okay, the standard creamy version contains 7 grams in the same serving size. Khloe Kardashian's cloud popcorn. Bro, I would never eat anything endorsed by the Kardashians. Just stop. Family that brought us diarrhea-inducing detox tea may not be everyone's top source of health advice. Yeah, exactly. It didn't stop Khloe from giving kernels a glow-up. The most air-popped popcorn typically features 1 gram of 2 of protein per cup, but the new cloud popcorn, which dropped in stores in April, is puffed up with 7 grams in each serving. That's, man, that's a fair amount, but still, I'm not buying popcorn from a whore. And finally, yes, water. Okay, yeah, water is healthy, and if you're thirsting for protein, there are a few infused options. Okay, yeah, Isopure, 15 grams? Interesting. Okay, so it's flavored water, right? Then, yeah, you got candy, and you got cereal. I mean, all the mac and cheese. Yeah, see, that one kind of makes sense. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, but how much protein do you actually need? 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, or 0.36 grams per pound. For a 150-pound person, that's 54 grams of protein daily. And yes, depending on your exercise habits, it could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, but normally if you aim for about 1 to 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, you'll be fine. You'll be great. So yes, even still, you can't really justify having protein-packed Doritos in order to fulfill your protein requirements on the day. It just really does make no sense at all whatsoever. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.